Next story. We're going to take very little time on this because I know you're not a sports ball fan, but Tom Brady, the great Tom Brady, has retired after 24 years of
Domination.
domination, and you could call it that, and terrorizing the NFL. But I have, and this is a stance that I've long had on Tom Brady. It is that I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I don't think he necessarily dominated that much because I think he's a cheater. And in fact, I don't just think he's a cheater. I know he is because he has been found guilty of cheating and punished for it.
What kind of
What?
cheating?
Well, there was the time he inflated footballs and he was punished, he was fined, right? And suspended games. You're not supposed to inflate footballs or
What
deflate
does that
them. Deflate them. It helps,
deflate?
yeah, it helps you like hold on to the ball. And there was also the
Oh,
time
I
where
see.
his team was punished, fined, and also docked draft picks for recording other teams at practice. You're not supposed to do that. And
Do you think that deflating the football, was it for any crucial games?
it was in a playoff game.
Okay.
However, I don't think deflating footballs is that big of a deal. I don't think it's a big advantage. But here's the thing. The reason why people made such a big deal of it is because, and I'm going to try to condense this as much as I can. The reason why is because owners were already pretty salty and upset at Tom Brady and the Patriots because of the previous cheating scandal called Spygate, where they were spying on teams in their practice, and which is very valuable. If you know what they're practicing for, just think about it. It's kind of like your psychic. You
Mm.
sort of know what's coming. The other owners were upset that that incident was swept under the rug, even though, yes, they were punished. However, they were punished, but all the evidence that was compiled from Spygate, all the videotapes, etc., the NFL did something very strange with that evidence. They destroyed it while it was in their custody. And their reasoning for that was that we don't want anybody else to get a hold of this and use it to their advantage in the future. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any goddamn sense at all. So imagine if police arrested some people and took into evidence, impounded a bunch of evidence, like their weapons that they were running or drugs they were running. And then one day they just destroyed it all because they didn't want anybody else to get their hands on it. They didn't want the press to look at it. What does that sound like? What would you say if the police destroyed things in the evidence locker before there was
They're
a
up to
trial,
no good.
before there was a trial, or before the press could report on it? What would you say about that kind of hypothetical scenario?
Yeah, they're up to no good,
They're
or
up to
they're,
no
you
good.
know,
They're
they,
hiding something, right? They're
yeah.
hiding something. The NFL was hiding something. You know what they're hiding? They were hiding a cheating scandal that was even deeper and more damning than was actually revealed. And they did reveal some cheating because they said, oh, they were cheating. Here's their punishment. And then people ask, well, how were they cheating? Where's the evidence? Can we look at it? Nope, we destroyed it. Don't want to risk anybody getting their hands on it. It's gone. Can't look at it. Sorry. Move on. Okay.
Okay, so what are you speculating that
The
the
cheating
cheating
was
might have?
far more damning and more damaging and deeper. It would call into question the very integrity of the league, which at the end of the
Mm.
day is the most important thing. If people don't think that the league has square games, it's not on the up and up, then they'll
Hmm.
stop watching it.
Meaning that it's like fixed.
If they think it's totally fixed, or they think it's cheating is so rampant that it's just not even worth watching the game. Oh, everybody loses, right? You don't make money. The teams are not worth billions of dollars if the audience doesn't think this is a real product that is worth watching.
How long ago was this?
The scandal was in like 2007, but it covered cheating from 2000 to 2007.
Hmm. Okay.
In fairness, though, the Patriots and Tom Brady have won Super Bowls since then, and I give him credit. So I'd say he won like 4 Super Bowls, right? Because all of the ones that were post Spygate, we'll give him credit
Hmm.
for. However, before 2007, this cheating, obviously, to me, was so damning, so deep, so bad that they had to destroy this evidence, which any fair-minded person would say is very, very suspicious. So I don't give you credit for it. I'm sorry. And for me to continue talking about this, it's not sour grapes or anything, right? But I think it's totally fair. For instance, look at some other sports. In baseball, they still haven't voted Barry Bonds into the Hall of Fame, even because he was a cheater, right? Because they think that he used steroids, which, any
I,
common sense person knows he did, right? He
doesn't
did
it
use
feel like
steroids.
he got caught using steroids? I mean, it's
He
like
didn't
there's
even get
probably
caught. He was never convicted. Here's
okay.
the difference. He was never convicted or punished for using steroids. So there's a big difference right away with him and Tom Brady. He was never caught and convicted, even though, come on, we all know he did, okay? However, he already had a Hall of Fame career like when he was thin and not using steroids. Before he started using steroids, he had like two Hall of Fame careers, just like Tom Brady had like two Hall of Fame careers, right? But Barry Bonds was never convicted of anything. And yet he's still not in the Hall of Fame because people just know he used steroids. Well, that's the same deal with me and Tom Brady. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to go to the Hall of Fame, but I'm not going to call him the greatest ever because for half of his career, he's a massive cheater. His team was a massive cheater. So much so that the NFL felt the need to cover up the extent of their cheating. That is damning. I really hate when people just acknowledge that, oh, he's the greatest. No, he's not the greatest. He's a fucking cheater. And that has to factor into it. If you factor into it, he's a cheater, but you still think, well, I think he won 4 legitimate Super Bowls, and based on that, he's the greatest. Okay, that's fine. But do not give him credit for 7. That's bullshit.